So you are all welcome to Pagina TV. In fact, this is the first training, second training we are going to have in 2026. The first one we did was on 2nd January, where we were trying to learn how to write research proposals. And I know those who joined the training, although it was a short time, but you all benefited from what we did. So our main focus is to help students get the basic knowledge of how to write their own research work. In fact, most of you here can testify to the fact that you have been taught research in your tertiary institution, but whenever we mention thesis, dissertation, proposal, then you are confused. You don't even know what should go in. The training we are going to have is going to be practical, very, very practical. But because in everything in academia, you defend, we also give you the theoretical knowledge. So this is the normal way we go about it. I first introduce you to the theoretical aspect of what we are going to learn. Then practically, I write something for you to also see. And this is what we have been doing for so long a time. And if you are a new person who has just joined Pagina Tuition, it means that you are in the right place. God has directed you to the right path. So, and we are all going to learn. Please, in fact, this is an opening program. So I'm just going to brief you about some key information in research you should get understanding. Then after tomorrow, God willing, we start the main training on how to write thesis and to defend it yourself. So those who have been able to register will only have access to the Zoom link, God willing, tomorrow, because our administrator has added them to a new page where the link is going to be shared. But this is just to introduce us to how research is being done. Most at times, people does not even believe we are going to teach them something important because of the price. So from here, what you will learn will tell you what you are going to learn in the future. So that is what we are trying to do this. For this February, we are telling you that this training will comprise both theoretical knowledge and practical skills on how to write a thesis from chapters 1 to chapter 5. So we are going to focus on writing the thesis from chapter 1 to chapter 5. We will perform analysis in them. So we are saying that, therefore, your commitment and constant practice are key. In fact, to write thesis is not an easy task. Even if you understand, it is going to take your time because it is research. So if you join us and you think that the 150 Ghana cedi is too small, so you are not going to pay rapt attention or to be serious with the research, don't try to even join, because although money can motivate I particular, but for you to just pay money and you don't benefit from what we are going to do, it's useless. So you should not even pay at all. So if you know that you are planning to learn research well, yes, go ahead and make your payments, then join what we are going to do. And after everything I will teach you, if you don't sit down to study it well or to practice it, I will just send a recorded video on a Telegram page where those who have paid will have an access to. So if you don't sit down, play the video again, write down your notes, you are going to be like those people who have just registered and they are not benefiting. And I also share the materials I'm using to teach you to you, so that things will be easy for you. And that is what we came to do. So the next thing is join to study with all seriousness, and you will find research writing interesting after this 2-week journey. So let's take note of that. So within this training, you could see our roadmap. These are the issues we are going to talk about: how to write research topic. We are also going to identify the variable. You see, you don't just write any research topic. When we are going to do thesis, We have a way of choosing thesis topic, and we have a way of choosing an article topic. Don't confuse the two. So I'm going to teach you the practical way of doing quantitative research and how to choose correct research topic. So that's what we are going to do here. Now, if you'll be able to defend your thesis well, every variable in your topic, you should be able to find it. And in the course of this opening program, I'm going to tell you those information, some of them. So within the training, you should be able to know whenever there is a research topic there, you should be able to identify the variables in them. Let's say independent variable, dependent variable, moderating variable, mediating variable, control variable. You should be able to know this is control variable, this is mediating, because they are going to help you to defend your thesis. Take note of that. Then I'll also teach you how to use PPT, that is PowerPoint, to design conceptual framework or theoretical framework. So that is another thing we are going to consider in our training, and it is here. Then, because we are doing quantitative research goes with hypothesis. Please listen to this carefully. When we are doing quantitative research, we don't write research questions, but rather we write hypotheses. Just that of late, people have been introducing the research questions in them. So with the quantitative research we are going to do, I'm going to introduce to you how to write hypothesis in your work. So when we pick your topic, we should write a hypothesis, and I will do that one practically on the screen for you to see what I'm doing. How do you write research objectives from your research? How do you write it? Then we also learn how to write research questions. Although we are doing quantitative, but we will consider to write research questions. We will consider to write research questions. So let's take note of that. Then we learn how to write significance of the study. Sorry, I went off, so I'm back. So within the training, we are going to learn how to write research objectives, how to write research questions, significance of the study, scope of the study, and limitations. All these things I'm going to teach you and write it practically for you to see. Before even we close today, I'll pass you through them for you to understand. Then we look to the organization of the study, background of the study, problem statements. Then I will teach you how to do proper citation, APA referencing style. Sometimes people will just go and use AI to write something, and you think your supervisors will not see. No. You should know how to do proper citation, and we are going to do them practically. Then we will go to chapter 2, which is about literature review. And in the literature review, I will teach you how to do conceptual review, theoretical review, empirical review, and hypothesis development. We will learn how to write all these things. Then we go to chapter 3. For the chapter 3, if we are doing PhD, I'm going to explain something to you tonight. If we are doing PhD, you should have your philosophical framework. If we are doing MPhil, you have philosophical framework. But when you are doing MSc or MBA, you may decide not to bring that option. But whenever you are writing research, you must make sure you follow your school procedure. Let us all take note of that. You must make sure you follow your school procedure, what the school wanted you to do. So within the training, practically, we are going to do all those things. How do you write it? When we say research design, you go to defense, they ask you, what is your research design? What are you going to say? We have about 8 research designs. We are going to discuss them. And the one that will suit you is what you choose for your research. How do you write population, sample size, sampling technique, data collection methods? How do you write those sections? Data reliability and validity, data collection analysis. How do we write them? Then we will write something about ethical consideration. Then I will teach you how to write overview of methodology. Sometimes some school will tell you to bring brief methodology in your chapter 1. How do we write those things? We are going to do them. Then within the training, I'm going to design questionnaire for you to see. We have a way of designing questionnaire. One is adapted, one is adopted, and one is self-development. These three, I'm going to teach you all the three, the way we design questionnaire and an interview guide for us to distribute it out. Then we will install SPSS 27.01, which is more or less current, although another one has come, but it's more or less current. Then we also install something called Process V4. That will help us to do moderation and mediation analysis, because as a PhD student, you cannot submit thesis topic where your variables are only 2. At least you should have a moderator or mediator in your topic. And if you have them, how do you perform those analysis? So with the software, we are going to do the analysis. In fact, I will send you a data I've already gathered in an Excel format so that after the training, you can also rehearse on your own. And for the software too, it is on Pagina Tuition Telegram page. That's what we have stated here. So you can have access to them. Even those who will not register for the training, you still have access to the software so that you can install and use it for your analysis. Then we will learn the analysis. We have the demographic analysis and how do we interpret analysis. So after perform the analysis, how do you interpret it? We are going to do one analysis called reliability analysis. For that one, we use what we call Chromback Alpha. We are going to learn that in the training. Then we perform descriptive analysis, mean and the standard deviation. Then we learn how to interpret them. Then I will teach you how to perform correlation analysis and regression analysis and how we interpret them. Then the mediation and the moderation analysis I was talking about is there. After this, you must learn how to write discussion of findings in the chapter 4. Very, very important. We link that one to the chapter 2, which is the literature review. And even the chapter 2, we link it to the theory and the empirical review of the literature review. You see, these things I'm saying might be big in your ears, but within the training, I will just break them down and you will not even know what I'm teaching you is difficult. We come to the chapter 5, where we are going to learn the summary of findings, conclusion, recommendation, and we are done. So these are the things we are going to do within the 2 weeks. In fact, within the training, we are only using 2 weeks, which is Monday, and within the week, we start from Monday to Thursday, so that you have the other days to rest and do a revision of what we have done in the week. And we can even finish even before the next Thursday. And that is how we mostly do it. So please, we want your attention so that we'll be able to learn and learn well. Now, let me give you some few ideas on research so that those things I mentioned will not be too difficult in your ears, because we have some few minutes to go through. Now, those things I mentioned, those roadmaps I mentioned to you, they are here. Let me show them to you. It's like the table of contents we have here. You are going to learn all this. How do you write all this? Starting from the chapter 1, background of the study, problem statement, objectives, research questions. We will add hypothesis to this one. Significance of the study. We come to overview of methodology. So we are going to learn all these things. But listen to this advice. Before you start any thesis, let me write it here. Before you start any thesis, you must do proposal. Those who couldn't take part in our proposal, I've shared the video, full video on how to write proposal for free on our Telegram page. So from here, I will share the Telegram page link to you so that you can go and have access to the video, because I know some of you have started writing the proposal. And I know some of you too, you are doing other people's work for them. So if you watch the video, it will help you to do the writing, not just to, sometimes I know people who are doing the contract and they themselves, they don't even understand the concepts well, but they are presenting, and at the end of the day, they take people's money for their own good, which is very, very bad, because of late it's difficult to come by money. So please, you can have access to that video, then you watch it for free. It's on the Telegram page. Now listen to this. We have something called dissertation. Let me write it here. We are going to learn some small thing about research. Dissertation. Don't let the big word confuse you, because I'm going to explain them down. We are what we call thesis. Then we also teach manuscripts. So let me write it here, manuscripts. Then we also have proposal. Let me take time and explain these small things to you. The proposal is what you write. Like if you have your topic, you are going to propose to the supervisor, so that the supervisor will see your topic very interesting and catchy. That is the proposal we are talking about here. Somebody is saying my voice has been fading. Please, is that from all of you? Because I think my network is flowing nice and I'm also shouting. So you will still have a video, okay? Don't worry. But I don't think my voice is all that fading like that. Let me start with the proposal. Proposal means you are going to propose, you have a topic, and you want to propose your topic to your supervisor. So the school and the department you find yourself, they have their structure. Please listen carefully. So you must first get the outline. Let me say the table of contents. Which of the information do we need in the work to write your proposal before you follow? So within the proposal, you can get background of the study, problem statement, research question. All these things in the chapter 1 are likely to be found in the proposal, because in research, your chapter 1 is your proposal. Then you summarize your chapter 2, which is the literature review, as part of the proposal. Then you summarize the chapter 3, which is the methodology, as part of the proposal. It is only PAD where we write it and extend the way the format is going to be. So the proposal is just to propose your topic to the supervisor. In that case, your statement should be in a future tense. Well, so you go back like this. The study will. So if you have your research topic on your objective, say it will, the study intend to. So writing something in the future tense. That is how it is going to be. Now, proposal should not take so many pages. With your references, you shouldn't take so many pages. If you are even an undergrad, your proposal can even take you, let's say, 10 pages and you are done. The masters and the MPhil, it can take them 20 pages. PhD, your proposal will not go beyond 30 pages unless your supervisor is saying go beyond that. So if you have your proposal, it means you are proposing your topic to them. And if your topic is found interesting, then the supervisor will accept it. When we say manuscript, the manuscript is an extraction from the main thesis you are going to do for publication. So some of you will do PhD thesis, and at the end of the day, they will extract about 4 manuscripts from one thesis for publication. And that is what you see online. When you go to Google Scholar, you search for an article and it will come. That is the manuscript. So you prepare your manuscript. Now of late, before you complete your PhD, you must write, or you must publish about 3 to 4 manuscripts. That is the new norm or law which is coming across the whole world. It is not only in Ghana, so take note of that. And those who are also doing MPhil, it is now coming up that before you finish, you must also publish an article, and that is the manuscript we are talking about. The training is not about manuscript, it's not about proposal. So let's put them down too. Let's speak dissertation. The dissertation is mostly written by the first degree people. It contains 60 to 80 pages. That is dissertation. So if you write, you think you are doing thesis, and at the end of the day, you ended up in 60 to 80 pages document. It means you didn't do thesis, you did dissertation. So the page numbers will tell you the work you have done. But when it comes to the thesis, it goes beyond 80 pages. So some of the master students, the MSc students are also doing dissertation. But when it comes to thesis, it goes beyond the 80 pages. Then if we are doing MPhil, it can end you at 150 pages. But for the PhD, you should the one MPhil mostly ends at 120. You can do it to 120 pages, 150 pages, fine, but you should not go below 80 pages. But for PhD, you should write from 150 pages and above. If you are doing PhD, that is how your document should be. And in that case, we call that one thesis. And the training is going to cover all of them. And the dissertation. So we'll take note of that. Number 2, then I end this evening section. We have what we term as quantitative research. So we have quantitative. You have heard them. And we have what we term as qualitative. When we say somebody is doing quantitative research, it means that, so let's have the mixed method here. It means that the person is gathering quantitative data. That is the definition they give you in your schools. But when we say quantitative research, it means the questionnaire or the data collection instrument you are using. If you are gathering data from people, you give them option to choose. Let me give you one example. Like I have a questionnaire, and the first question is, how old are you? Then I'll give option 20 to, let's say, 30, 31 to 40. If I give you this option to take one, it means I'm doing quantitative research. So in quantitative research, you are rather picking or giving an option for people to take. So those definitions you have been learning in school, we are not going to do the definitions here. Quantitative research is gathering quantitative data. Meanwhile, you don't even understand the quantitative data they are talking about. But the quantitative data they are talking about is that the data collection instrument you are using should give an option for people to take. It gives an objective answers. So the person is only taking. But when you are doing qualitative, you just say, how old are you? And the person will write his or her own age. Any question you ask, you give an option. When you, as an employee, do you get money from your workers? You just give option. You just give open space and the person will write his or her mind. It means you are gathering qualitative data. So with that one, we perform thematic analysis or content analysis. But when we're doing quantitative research, is that we do regression analysis, correlation analysis, SEM, structural equation model, CFA, and those stuff. Because we're doing quantitative, you give an option for them to take. And within the training, we will go deeper into this one because we are going to design questionnaire. And how do we enter them? When we get the data, how do we enter the data in our SPSS? We are going to learn all of them. Some people too will be using mixed method. And when we say mixed method, we are combining these two. So it means that within the questionnaire, some of the questions are going to be open-ended. It means that the person will write his or her mind. And some of the questions are going to be close-ended. It means that you are going to give options for people to take. That's the difference between them. So if you have questionnaire, you have interview guide, you can either make any of them, either quantitative or qualitative, per the explanation I'm giving you now. So these are the basic ideas you should get in research so that you'll be able to defend yourself well. For this evening, here is Pagina Tuition, and we would like to end here and thank you very, very much for joining this training, because if you didn't join, I wouldn't have been speaking and be talking about all these things. I'm going to give you space and time to ask questions. So if you have any question, this is the time. You can just unmute yourself or you can write it in the chat box and I'll help you to answer. But God willing, tomorrow we are starting our training and the link is not going to be shared on the main page. It is going to be shared on only those who have made the payment of their fees. Then we start the training gradually. Like what we have here, we are going to learn all of them step by step. And as I gave you an advice, please, anytime you are doing research, try to look for the structure of your school or your faculty or your department and follow so that you don't do something contrary. Good. Somebody is asking how much is the fees. Please, our tuition fee is very, very low. It's only 150. We just love students. As I'm speaking to you, I am also Church of Christ preacher, and you know Church of Christ people. So We just want to help the system. We just want to help students to learn more. So please take note of that. Thanks. Say, is action research having a different format? No, action research is not having a different format. But when we say action research, what we mean, I thought you should even ask the meaning. It's the same format. Let me show you. It's the same format. But when we say action research, it means that most often teachers do that. They go to field. Try to, let's say, if you are going to teach, you try to find out the problem in the school. Let's say when you are teaching them sets in mathematics, the students are finding difficult to understand. Then you realize that no, you gave them exercise and they are getting poor marks. So the next time you came to teach them again, and this time around you are using discussion. So after you started using the discussion, you saw that the students, after the questions you gave them, they're able to do. It means that you are doing action research. Why? With action research, it goes with something called intervention. Intervention. So it means you have intervened, you have bring up something to solve the problem in the school. And teachers mostly do this. It follows the same procedure. But when you are doing the action research, the problem is with the problem statement. With this problem statement, we have a way of writing it. And the way of writing it is what I was teaching you. You just say, as a student in 10, I went to a particular school, you mentioned the school name, and I was teaching them, this happened, this is the marks they got, and I decided to use discussion. That's how we write the problem statement for the action research. Please, I hope we're okay with that one. The one who was asking about the action research. I hope we're okay with that. So that is it. It's the same format, don't worry, but the only problem is the structure. So next, let me see the next question. Please, when is the deadline for payment? Please, the deadline is not yet deadline. We are only, if you want to join the class tomorrow, it means you must pay God willing tomorrow. But tomorrow we are starting around 8 o'clock p.m. and we are only going to use 1 hour, 30 minutes. So 8 p.m. to 9:30, we should be able to study something important. And within the week, you can also, if you want to join too, you can also join and you have access to the previous video, you watch it and then you come over. What is survey, an article, and how they are different from research? Or when we say survey simply means go to the field and try to find something. So if you distribute questionnaire, you are doing a survey. Just survey, look at the name. You are going to survey. When we say article is a manuscript which has been published for you. If you're able to extract a manuscript, I told you we organize manuscript training. So you will see on the page that we are going to do manuscript because the PhD students and the MPhil students, they need it. So we will teach you how to do them and publish them in a best journal. The next one is, can you throw light on an action research in relation to dissertation? I think, Mr. Paku, I've explained it. Do you understand what I just explained? So with action research, the only thing is what I told you. You just go to the field, try to find a problem, develop an intervention, solve it before you come and write it. So the action research is like you have done it, you have solved the problem, then you come and write it. But for the research, the dissertation we are talking about, the normal one, you have not solved anything. You are rather trying to find problems and you now suggest solutions to them. Mr. Perku, I hope you're also okay with that one. Please, tomorrow we are not going to entertain this type of names. Try to bring your name like what Perku Francis has done. Some people, I don't know the name to even mention. If you are only part of the training, your name should be there because we will check them with the list. So try to write your Zoom name with your real name. Thank you. Is the training for undergrads or graduates or both? Please, it's for both. PhD students, master students, and undergrads. If you wish to learn research well, then you are good to go. So take note of that. What is the difference between empirical, theoretical, and literature review? Please, we are going to learn them in the training. So for that one, I'm not going to answer them here. We will learn them and we will write them practically. So I think you are also okay with it. Do MBA students write dissertation or thesis? They write, depending on the school, MBA will write thesis most often. but some schools will just permit you to write the dissertation. How many months or weeks is the 150 series covering? Oh, I just said we are doing 2 weeks training. Monday, God willing, tomorrow to Thursday, we are done for week 1. Then the following week, Monday to Thursday, we are done. And at the end of the day, all the training will be covered. You see, many people are on the page and they are benefiting a lot. Every day, I receive a lot of blessings. Every day, I just don't want to be sending people's messages to the page as if I'm just advertising myself. But the training will tell you whether we are doing something beneficial or not. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Paku says he has gotten the meaning I was trying to give. Good evening, sir. My name is Felix Amuakun. I respectfully suggest that you also consider including quantitative components, particularly an explanation of how to conduct. No, that one is qualitative. The qualitative is thematic analysis. Thematic, and how do we perform thematic analysis? For that one, we are going to use a software called Envivo, but I'm not going to teach it here. Now, people have been asking me about qualitative, but I don't know the number of people who want to learn thematic analysis. If you mobilize yourself, I will teach you. Because sometimes we even bring the training on the page and people like only 150 cedis, they find it difficult to even pay. Meanwhile, they are paying big tuition fees to their universities and they still don't understand research. But I don't know whether it's because of pride or something like that, and because the money is too low. I don't know. But as I said, I'm a preacher, so Church of Christ preacher, we just want to gift the system so that at the end of the day, we get many students who are scholars in the field. And that's why we are doing these things at a low at a low cost. We are a team and we are an institution which is also registered as part of schools in Ghana. But our school is purposely online. That's how we do our things. That's how we registered in the books of Ghanaian companies. So please take note of that. Now, if you want to also make an audio or talk, you can unmute yourself. Then you talk from here because I'm going to close. If you have anything you want clarification, yes, boss. Please, who's talking?
Please, this is Jacob.
Okay, Mr. Jacob.
Yes, please. I sent a message, but it looks like you haven't talked about it.
Sorry.
So I was asking whether it is possible to include those of us probably going to consider secondary data. Because it looks like in the preliminary discussions, you are talking about generating, questionnaires and other things. So what of those of us who want to rely solely on secondary data, maybe from WDI, World Bank, and others?
The reason is that, first, if you want to do secondary data, you should learn how to get them. Are you there?
Very well.
Good. The secondary data too can either be quantitative or qualitative. What I'm teaching was, when we say questionnaire interview guide, is for primary data. When we say primary data, you are going to gather the data yourself. But when we say secondary data, it means that some people gather the data for their own purpose. And later on, you saw that the data can help you too. So you are also going to take their data and bring it to your context to analyze them. So the first thing is how to download them. After downloading, is either your data going to be quantitative or qualitative. And if it is quantitative, the same analysis I'm going to teach is what you are going to perform. If it is qualitative, it means that you can perform content analysis or thematic analysis. Mr. Jacob, are you there? So I will not teach how to download secondary data. Currently, I'm doing one research where I'm downloading data from Ghana Stock Exchange and those stuff. But before I teach all those things, I should get people who are interested in, let's say, secondary data. How do we gather secondary data? That's the only thing that is the difference. How do we gather the data? Like what I'm doing currently for my publication. So I will just teach you how to gather that data. And it is not going to also take more time. So in that case, you will not get many people who are going to join. And you see, as we use data and we are talking too much, this is a business we register and we also make some expenses to others. So it means that we should also get something to at least feed ourselves. So if how to generate secondary data, many people will not join. You see me relaxing. Like the thematic analysis I'm talking about. If I see that now I've seen that people are asking me, people want to learn how to perform thematic analysis. You see on the page that me is announcing, we are going to have thematic data analysis. So I think I should blend the two, thematic data, secondary data. Then I try to teach all those things. So Mr. Jacob, I think you are fine now.
Very
Mr.
well.
William.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Mr. William, we are saying, how do we make the payment? Please, have you joined Pagina Tuition WhatsApp page? If you have joined the WhatsApp page, you will see how the payment is done. We have sent the Momo there. That me will be sending the Momo. It is called Redeemer. Redeemer. The name is Redeemer Ventures. So you just make payment to that one. Mr. William, let me hear from you. Are you on the Pagina Tuition training page? You can send a message to me. So if you are not on the page, it means that you can WhatsApp the admin. I'm putting the admin's contact there on WhatsApp. So I've sent it. So you can take that number, then you WhatsApp for you to be added to Pagina Tuition page, so that you get the Momo number from the admin, then you make your payment. Any further question? Anything that is going to be challenging? There was someone I said the person should talk to me tonight. Is the person here? Somebody was trying to find out whether we are trusted people or something like that. And I told the person to join the free training, and after, is the person around? Or you just chat me again? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we can end here. Then, God willing, the training starts tomorrow. If you have any question, you can just send to the page. If you have anything to say, you can just send to the page and we will come and respond to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.